Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Disidore here. No makeup. I didn't do my hair, but guess what? I don't care. I wanted to get this out to you guys, The Magic Treehouse, our next chapter. So far, we have read chapters 1, 2, and 3. And today, Thursday, April 2nd, we are going to be reading chapter 4 of The Magic Treehouse, Dinosaurs Before Dark. So far, Jack and Annie are back in time. They've gone back in time during the dinosaurs, and they've met a Pteranodon. And fearless Annie here is going down the ladder to go kind of meet that Pteranodon. So let's see. See, there she is. That was from yesterday's chapter, chapter 3. There she's going down there. Jack doesn't think it's a good idea. So let's see what happens. Chapter 4 is called Henry. Who's Henry? Jack gasped as Annie reached out her hand toward the Pteranodon. Oh no, he thought. Annie was always trying to make friends with animals, but this was going too far. Don't get too close to him, Annie, Jack shouted. Annie touched the Pteranodon's crest. She stroked his neck. She was talking to him. What in the world is she saying? Jack wondered. He took a deep breath. Okay, he would go down too. It would be good to examine a Pteranodon. He could take notes like a scientist. Jack started down the rope ladder. When he reached the ground, he was only a few feet away from the creature. The Pteranodon stared at Jack. His eyes were bright and alert. He's soft, Jack, said Annie. He feels like Henry. Jack snorted. He's no dog, Annie. Feel him, Jack, said Annie. Jack didn't move. Don't think, Jack. Just do it, Annie said. Jack stepped forward. He reached out very cautiously. He brushed his hand down the creature's neck. Interesting, Jack thought. A thin layer of fuzz covered the Pteranodon's skin. Soft, huh? Said Annie. Jack reached into his backpack and pulled out a pencil and a notebook. He wrote, Fuzzy Skin. What are you doing? Asked Annie. Taking notes, said Jack. We're probably the first people in the whole world to ever see a real live Pteranodon. Jack looked at the Pteranodon again. The bony crest on the top of his head was longer than Jack's arm. And this is what they're talking about. Here's an illustration showing the crest coming out the back of his head. And then there they are, touching him. And they find that he's fuzzy, like their dog Henry. I wonder how smart he is, Jack said. Very smart, said Annie. Don't count on it, said Jack. His brain's probably no bigger than a bean. No, he's very smart. I can tell, said Annie. I'm going to call him Henry. Jack wrote in his notebook, small brain with a question mark. Jack looked at the creature again. Maybe he's a mutant, he said. The Pteranodon tilted his head. Annie laughed. He's not a mutant, Jack. Well, what's he doing here then? Where is this place? Said Jack. Annie leaned close to the Pteranodon. Do you know where we are, Henry? She asked softly. The creature fixed his eyes on Annie. His long jaws were opening and closing like a giant pair of scissors. Are you trying to talk to me, Henry? Asked Annie. Forget it, Annie, Jack wrote in his notebook. Mouth like scissors. Did we come to a time long ago, Henry? Asked Jack. Is this a place from long ago? Suddenly, Annie gasped. Jack! Jack looked up. Annie was pointing toward the hill. On top stood another huge dinosaur. Ooh, do you know what dinosaur that is? I believe that's a Triceratops. So now they have another friend. Okay, and that is the end of chapter 4. That's it. So, they've touched a Pteranodon. They're not really sure exactly where they are, but I think we can tell as the reader that they went back in time through. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see what other adventures they have, and I will see you again tomorrow. Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you. Bye. Stay well.